Thank you again for stopping in at Nine World Chronicles. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about Yemoja, to take a deeper dive into Yemoja. And not just because she's the most gorgeous of the deities, not for that reason at all. Yemoja has a very particularly important role in the West African, the Yoruba generated faiths around the world, and a very important figure. She has a lot of names and is represented in various cultures as well. So she makes a leap into various cultures for some significant reasons. She is the Orisha who controls water. She is second in command of water under Olukan, who I just dropped a video about yesterday. Olukan being, of course, the source of all water, and the source or mother of all successive water deities or entities all come from her. And this is her oldest daughter, Yemoja. And because of that, she plays this high role in affecting water all over the planet. If water was a big corporation, big water, big industry, she is like the number two, the CEO down there at water. But interesting about her veneration goes into other forms as well. According to Santeria, she is synchronized in the Catholic Church as the Virgin Mary, obviously an extremely important figure that they hold into in that belief system. And this is reflected or replicated in Afro-Cuban areas where she is known as Our Lady of Regla. Okay, and she carries many names, including Madre de Agua and La Serene, right? Always associated with motherhood or water and her virginity, or this idea of virginity. And this all points to her being a very protective figure. And she really was that. She represented a love for all humanity, but particularly women and children. And she saw this as being very linked to her, sharing in our joy, our emotions. She was linked to the culture. Integral even when the Yoruba Empire fell, and this, of course, induced the concept, the atrocity of slavery, right? As these people were sold into slavery in lands very far from home. And of course, these were people who were going through trauma, and they associated their healing through her. So they prayed to her for calm seas that got them through their lands, letting them know that they would still be able to go forward and prosper. But, obviously being a reflection of the sea, she did have a side of her that was tumultuous. And this side often had to be satiated because obviously having a vast amount of control over the sea, it was very important to keep her appeased, which is what her devotees did. And there were tempests where they would issue prayers that would ensure that things weren't lost or land wasn't lost during these tempests. She was also associated with childbirth, nursing, love, and healing, and primarily associated with calmness. She really represented the calm aspect of the seas, the soothing aspect of the seas. And because of that, she was typically shown in shades of blues and white, again, two colors that are very soothing and calming. And in terms of veneration, she enjoys classic gifts. She liked the shells and pearls and things like that. She loves the things that are beautiful, and those typically are things that are going to keep her calm and allows the seas to remain calm and keep her as a healer. So a very important woman in the belief system. And they wrote some very beautiful sonnets and poems and prayers written to her. I'm going to point out one here that I thought was particularly telling. And it is said, "It is the bird that takes good fortune to the spirit of the mother of the fish, the assistant to the goddess of the sea. It is the bird Oluku that takes good fortune to the spirit of the lagoon, the assistant to the goddess of the sea. It is the parrot who brings good fortune to the chief of Iwe. Children are the ones who bring good fortune from heaven down to earth. The great one who gives good things, the great one who gives good things, the great one who gives good things. Give me good things from the great one who gives good things. All praise to Yemoja. So let it be." She is known all over the world, coming from her West African roots, but having major veneration throughout parts of Brazil, Afro-Cuba, and South America. And because of her strong association with the Virgin Mary, she's very, very tied to the community. But she is also seen in other ways. She's also venerated by sailors and by fishermen. And she is called to be the Lady of Seafaring. And if there's disasters, typically she is one of the first deities to which venerations or offerings have made to help rescue sailors who may be in the sea or fishermen who are at loss. And she still has very active festivals even now, occurring on February 2nd, September the 7th, as well as December 8th and the 31st. If you have more to add to this piece on this wonderful Orisha, please do so in the comment section. But as always, I'm going to ask that you hit that like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when new videos drop.